not a nicety. It's not something nice to have for black folk. It is now an absolute necessity. If you do not get reparations soon, black folk, as I told you before, are through. Reparation is not a nicety, it's a necessity. What are the conditions? What are the conditions that precipitated black folk getting into this dilemma? And what black labor, white wealth did, it tracked 800 years of history in very systematic terms to show you every strategy, every technique, every law, every public custom, and every public policy that was used to enslave black folk around the world and to maldistribute almost 100% of all this nation's wealth, power, resource, privileges, businesses, and controls of all levels of government into the hands of the dominant white society. And what slavery and Jim Crow segregation did with black folk, it intentionally maldistributed all the resources away from black folk and created a real-life monopoly game. Black folk in America are playing in a real-life monopoly game that you're totally ill-prepared to play and win.
Peace, love, and reparations. Welcome to Black Star TV 2.0. It's your boy Black Star. Today we're going to talk about this Freedmen Bureau that popped up out of nowhere, and we're going to dig into what their website and what they got to what they're talking about, right? So if you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. I need y'all to smash that like button as well. We're going to get it popping in here today. I want to speak on this tweet, right? We're going to go to the tweet first. And I feel as though anything that any of these organizations and things that pop up and none of us in the grassroots know about it or heard about it, and they just coming out, we got to watch for that, right? The same with the reparations rally. The moment they did that, you had all these other people trying to make rallies and things of that nature. So we got to watch out for this COINTELPRO type stuff. And because reparations is getting such steam, a lot of people are trying to muddy the waters and, just bring their finesse to the game. But let's get it popping, family. Let's get it popping. All right, so here we go. This lady who made this, I'm gonna just read the tweet first. This is the Freedmen's Bureau page, and it says the return of California Freedmen's, but the freedmenbureau.org is not currently affiliated with the reparations team at this time, though. The creator of the Freedmen's Bureau website, Tierra Ryder, a Black American freed woman, is going to make an attempt to work with the team. And freed woman, right? We're not off that. We're not off the whole free woman and the gender divide thing, man. We freedmen. That was the name. None of our ancestors back in the day was saying, "Oh no, I'm a freed woman. Now, don't call me freed man. I'm a freed woman." Like, don't do that. Don't bring that into the mix. And and that's what I'm saying. This is why we know, just based off that right there, we already know it's some finesse stuff going on. But again, I wanna get into it says the proposal on the Freedmen's website is just that proposal. The final outline of the Bureau is something that should be decided by the collective Black American Freedmen community. The Bureau website was brought back to life in order to bring forward the process of creating a new Freedmen town/city in Southern California, a Freedmen University, Freedmen products, etc., owned by the Bureau, where a portion of the funds go into a secure trust. The goal was/is to also begin housing all homeless Black residents in Southern California. So many Black Americans in the Southern California region are still dealing with the structural housing violence and displacement. So I don't want to keep reading all of that because I want to read the actual website. But this is what I mean in general, right? Even before we even start making, because you said this is a proposal and a lot of the things should be going through the community, through the Freedmen community, right, as a collective. So we should be able to know that you even creating this as a collective. Because again, you can create this and then say you're going to get everybody's opinion, but then you don't get everybody's opinion, and then stuff starts getting crazy and people start misappropriating funds and all type of other craziness starts going on, right? So let's get into this. And then people start being part of the Bureau that's not even foundational Black American, right? And that's a whole nother issue we're going to get when we get to the bottom of this page, right? So here's the website. The Freedmen's Bureau, the 2023 Freedmen's Bureau agenda, right? So the 2023 Freedmen's Bureau agenda is a draft proposal for the coming return of Black American Freedmen's Bureau, right? The site was reestablished. She already said that about the woman, Freedmen woman. That I do not like that at all. I don't like that because it's just Freedmen, and don't try to twist it into freed woman, and because that's what's going to bring a divide, and that's just going to bring a divide. That is like too much, man. We just freedmen, or we're foundational Black American. We just is what it is, right? So, I'm gonna start reading the proposal. So, and I'm not gonna say because I read this and I think some of it can be useful. You know, again, but I just don't trust, the organization because you just popped out of nowhere. Nobody really got to vet you. You just doing this. Now you're trying to work with these people before anybody even get to know you. You already trying to get your foot in the door and establish yourself as the initial, representative, and nobody really knows who you are. But let's begin. Reparations on a federal and state and local level in the United States for the Black American freedmen. 2 is discuss reparations with African nations, both monetary and land. Consider the establishment of a freedmen's nation outside the U.S. I can dig that, right? So far, even with this whole federal, state, and local level in the United States of Black American freedmen, I kind of can dig that. In the U.S., support land back movements and redistribution of available land and housing within the existing private housing market, right? Support. I don't really even like that word housing. Like, nigga, give me the land, give me the bread, let me buy my house, because I don't want you to house me anywhere. I don't want you to house me somewhere. I want a house. You feel me? Housing is so Section 8-ish to me. And I don't feel as though that should be part of reparations. Housing, right? People should be able to own their stuff. Now let's get into that. Available land and housing within the existing private market. Support investments into existing predominantly Black communities, and work to establish new Black American freedmen townships. I guess that's cool, right? Revamp the Freedmen's Bureau court system and freedmen towns and communities. Now that is something I'm all the way down with. Again, I don't really know who this is, and it look like some bullshit, but I'm just talking about taking these points, because again, just because it might be some COINTELPRO stuff, don't mean that some of the stuff in here isn't usable. You feel what I'm saying? But I was just talking about this with the whole Tyree Nichols thing, right? Having our own police departments. Forget defunding the police and defund the police, but give us the funds so we can fund our own court systems and things like that. Because we wouldn't be the major population in the jail, and I can guarantee you that the United States wouldn't be the biggest the biggest prison system in the world if we had our own court system. Establish a protected freedmen's trust account for collective ownership of a portion of freedmen assets and other basic freedmen needs. Establish rules and guidelines on spending and accountability. Consider the establishment of the freedmen's banking system and work to coordinate all Black-owned banking systems and credit unions. Consider that's cool, right? Consider the establishment of cultured meat labs and supportive systems for Black American farmers. Consider the establishment of freedmen-owned DNA bank. We definitely going to need that because we got to figure out. Well, I don't even know the DNA more than we're going to need. Paperwork to trace yourself back, trace your lineage back, right? Request a refund for a set portion of Black American workers' taxes into freedmen's trust accounts. Money will be reinvested in existing Black American communities, new sovereign communities, yes. New structural systems, new school systems, healthcare, and more. See, I can kind of rock with a lot of the stuff that I'm reading right now, right? Again, who knows who these people are? Nobody's really vetted them. So, and I don't really like that whole free woman thing, but so far what I'm reading is all right. Former slaves / freedmen were promised repair that still hasn't been paid. The tax withholding is a request for a refund for monetary taxes paid by the ancestors of Adolfs, but due to systematic barriers, they weren't able to equally use public service, and the other groups in the United States were able to utilize. And she's using a lot of different Black American, Adolfs, Freedmen, FBA, like Jesus Christ, just stick to a name. Work within the Freedmen movement to establish a mean of exchange, trade, and digital currency. I don't know what's up with that. Work within the Freedmen movement to establish a means of exchange, trade, and a digital currency. We don't really want a digital currency. We want cash, man. Not all that Bitcoin, goofy stuff y'all talking about. I'm not saying that we don't need Bitcoin. If you want digital currency, buy digital currency with the cash that they give you. That's a red flag to me right there. Anybody talking about digital currency, because she ain't say anything about cash payments yet. All she talking about is digital currency trade and what's the name? None of this has said anything about no cash. She said stuff about land, but she ain't say anything about cash, right? So outline a policy and implement a plan for displaced Black children. Outline youth support programs and community housing systems for displaced minors and young adults up to the age of 24. I can dig that. Discuss the establishment of a protected Black American Indigenous Native identity and establish a fair and just constitutional doctrine for new Black American freedmen communities, townships, sovereign cities, and states. I can dig that too. Because we definitely got to get away from that whole dominant society shit. The United States Constitution and laws and statutes and all that stuff, that shit is all a finesse. And we really do need to start our own thing. I believe in that wholeheartedly. Under a Black American Indigenous collective movement, work and trade with other Black American Indigenous groups and consider working with those under the Pan-African identity. What? What? Hold on, man. Under a Black American Indigenous collective movement, work and trade with other Black American Indigenous groups and consider working with those under the Pan-African identity. No, family, right? Again, I'm not saying that we don't want to, work with African groups and things like that, but that whole Pan-Africanism is dead, bro. It just is. It's just a dead concept. It's a good concept, right? But again, there has to be people who, on the other side, is willing to play ball. It can't be just Freedmen Foundational Black Americans who are the ones playing ball with the Pan-African identity. Because again, most of the people who identify as Pan-African are foundational Black Americans. They are, bro. Think about all the people and that do that, right? Brother Kaba, Dr. Smalls, you feel me? Like all these people are part of the, they and it's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, I just feel like it's dead, but it's nothing wrong with them brothers, wanting to matter of fact, what's her name? I just seen a picture of her. She was on Fox News today. Not Fox News, but Fox Soul. Dr. Mayat. She deals with the whole Pan-Africanism thing. She's definitely FBA, Foundational Black American. Shout out to her. Again, but most of the people who are identifying as Pan-African, like I say, is, Foundational Black American freedmen in the United States who have that ideology. Majority of the people outside of the United States don't have the Pan-African ideology. Let's just be real. Look into a congressional seat for the Freedmen's Bureau. Okay. Look into a seat at the United Nations and consider the establishment of a new united movement to protect communities against systematic violence. Communities like who? This is starting to get broad. We was all up Foundational Black American, everything, and Freedmen, everything. Now we talking about, and look at the seat of the United Nations and consider the establishment of a new united movement to protect communities against systematic violence. What? With the approaching U.S. Constitutional Convention, request space to outline a policy on protected identity of Native culture and ethnic groups. The descendants of the Black American free people will lead to the Freedmen's Bureau. Specific policy outlines of goals and how to accomplish them will be given. Establish guidelines for a civilian complaint system should suspicion of alleged corruption occur. Implement an audit system. A request for all donations meant for the collective movement of Black Lives Matter will be requested in order to redirect into the Freedmen's trust account. Money meant for the collective movement of Black Lives will be split into 2 trust accounts, Black American Freedmen's Trust and 2 the General Black Trust. What? Who's the General Black Trust? Like just Black people in general? I don't get that. Money meant for the collective movement of Black lives will be split into 2 trust accounts, Black American Freedmen's Trust and a General Black Trust. The General Black Trust account is meant for collective phenotypes, dark-skinned people. What? We just got into everybody, bro. That shit went from foundational Black Americans to just a collective phenotype of dark-skinned people. No, nigga, that's gonna be Spanish people. That's gonna be Asians, dark Asians. Come on, dog, knock it off. This is crazy. Align Black-led grassroots teams with the Freedmen's Bureau to outline and discuss direct action within communities that require immediate repair, especially in the area of public safety, housing, and supportive services. Discuss cultural connections and coexisting peaceful among other racial and ethnic groups. Nope. We good on that, fam. We good on that. Establish new safety systems for Freedmen communities, discuss hostile conditions of neighborhoods due to the existing police systems, and outline what new policy safety measures will entail. Address noise, fuel, and light pollution, that has been linked to cancer, hearing loss, dementia, heart disease, and violent crime. Examine the state role in intentionally polluting Black neighborhoods by putting freeways through them, and what readdress will look like for such communities with excessive pollution. I keep saying population, sorry, with excessive pollution. I wanted to get back up here with this damn police shit real quick. She said something about the police. Establish new safety system for communities. Discuss hostile conditions in neighborhood due to existing police system. Nigga, if we up here talking about, Freedmen, where I can't even find it. I'm gonna go back down. But we talk about Freedmen constitutions and Freedmen policing and jails and court systems. Why are we even worried about their existing police system? They gonna be irrelevant. Anyway, redefine collective community values and future goals. Commit to collective community health with direct investments and coordinated systems. Please keep in mind that the titles African American, ADOS, American, African, descendants of slaves / survivors, DOAS, descendants of American chattel slaves, freed Black Americans, FBA, no, that's foundational Black Americans. And freedmen are all synonymous to Black Americans that are descendants of U.S. chattel slavery. The Freedmen's Bureau is specific to the Black American freed people, and more information coming soon. Family, this ain't it. This right here ain't it. Especially this whole, and you seen how it started getting broader and broader and broader, right? That shit went broader and broader as it went down. And it's so funny. That's how they do too. They made all the stuff for foundational Black American and freedmen. They made that all at the top. Then as we got down here, that shit started talking about all dark phenotypes and nigga, what? This nigga said a general black citizen. I told you, that's before I even got down there. I said the Black American Trust and the General Black Trust. What the hell would the General Black Trust be for? Then right under it, you get all into everybody. General Black Trust account is meant for the collective phenotype of dark-skinned people. No, they not getting none of our money. Are y'all crazy? Are y'all crazy? We have a trust for all the phenotypes of dark-skinned people. The Freedmen's Bureau. This is why we have to vet people, family. This is why we can't allow these people to just come in, start bureaus, start what's that? Start all these little entities and organizations and just come in on the basis of their freedmen. Because again, as I said, we got a lot of COINTELPRO going on out here. We got a lot of people working for the man just trying to muddy the waters and just mess up everything we got going on. You feel me? Excuse me, fam. Excuse me. Yeah, man. We can't allow that to happen because again, this is why things be getting messed up. We like one of the only groups that will have a person come in and mess things up for everybody for their little personal gain. Seriously. The whole collective, you done turned this into a whole Pan-African, this is just worse than Pan-African because nigga, you just said all phenotypes of dark-skinned people. All phenotypes, fam, we gotta find out who this lady is, who her peoples is, because this ain't it. This ain't it, family. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, family. Make sure y'all hit that like button too. Smash that like button for me, fam. Again, make sure y'all can check this out on Amazon Music, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and hit my Patreon up on patreon.com/BlackStarTV 2.0. Hit that Cash App too, man. $ WILLIE 0312, and hit that PayPal.me/BlackStarTV20. All right. Yeah, family, man, we're gonna get up out of here, man. I'm gonna let y'all go. I ain't want to make this long because again, I got some things I gotta do. But man, family, listen, man, let's get off the BS, man. Let's get off the BS. We're gonna start checking everybody. Reparations is around the corner. This is the only reason they would be doing all this, right? And this is the reason they're trying to make reparations for everybody. And they were hoping and praying that we go along with allowing everybody to get a piece of our stuff. I'm trying to tell you, they love that. Hold on, family. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something real quick. Hold on one second. They love to try to include everybody. And this is just something that's just always going on. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to be very fast, I promise you. Ooh, shit. It's right here. I'm going to share my screen in 1 second.
And this is the brilliance behind the Democrats' mastery of benign neglect. You see, because if I can get a so-called black president or possible vice president to say,
I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
Well, then that justifies.
Now watch this. See what I'm saying? I'm not going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. This is why, family. This is why they try to make these little organizations, right? They know that it's about the pop. So they have to get somebody in there to make up an organization and say, yo, look, make sure you add that in there so we can try to include. We can't just do stuff for black folks. That's going to bring them up. We got to still somehow sift everybody in there Because then watch this, because then they're going to be like, well, if you're part of the general black trust, then you are eligible for this. You eligible for that. Come on, dog. They're going to be like, oh, well, I'm getting reparations because I'm part of this.
Justifies politicians ignoring black issues on all levels of politics. Because how are you going to call a non-black politician racist for ignoring you when so-called black presidents and vice presidents have already done the same?
Were you aware that your great-great-grandfathers were slave owners in Alabama before the Civil War? And has that revelation caused you to change your position on reparations?
You know, I find myself once again in the same position as President Obama. We both oppose reparations, and we both are the descendants of slaveholders.
From the top of 2019 to now,
I don't even want to let y'all hear that whole thing, but fam, I just want to just oh shit, I wasn't sharing that shit anyway. But yeah, y'all heard it, right? Y'all heard it. And again, right? Old girl said it the best. She said it the best. I'm not here to do anything that's only going to benefit black people. And she actually said after that, she said, I'm not going to only do things that's going to benefit black people. Whatever benefits that black family is going to benefit the nation as a whole. And this is why we now have this. A general black trust account that is meant for the collective phenotype of dark-skinned people. This includes everybody. Discuss cross-cultural connections and coexisting peacefully among all racial and other ethnic groups. See what I'm saying? They even added Pan-Africanism in there and everything else. Why are you going to split 2 trust accounts? What? Implement, it says, a request for all donations meant for the collective movement of Black Lives Matter will be requested in order to be redirected into the Freedmen's Trust. Money meant for the collective movement of Black lives will be split into 2 trust accounts. And let me guess, what trust account is going to get majority of the money? The Black American Freedmen's Trust or the General Black Trust? Which one do y'all think is going to get the most money? Right? Which one do y'all think is going to get the most money? The Freedmen's or the Black General Trust account? Huh? Come on, family. What's going on, man? We got to watch these people, man. We got to watch these people, and we got to be on everything, and we got to challenge everything. We can't just sit back and again, just let people make organs. This is why we got to be on top of reparations. We have to be on top of reparations and everything that go on. And we got not going to let nobody just come in the mix and try to intervene and interrupt. I'm trying to tell you, they know that they're going to have to give us reparations. This is why they want to implement everybody, right? Because they don't want to just give it to us because they know what's going to happen, man. Black Wall Street is going to be coming up all across the country. That's just what it is. But family, I'm going to let y'all go, man. I almost been up here about a half hour. Man, I love y'all. I appreciate all the support, man. Make sure y'all check me out on my podcast and my Patreon. And make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. Have a blessed week. Have a blessed day. And we up out of here, family. Be easy.